Hey fellow book lovers! Okay, so I have a lot of books on my Goodreads TBR list, and there are a few books that I would like to mention in this video. I really want to get and read. So today in this video, I'm going to be talking about those books that I really want to get and read. So the first book I have on my list is Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. Okay, so for Ella Enchanted, I actually really loved the movie, and I've seen it so many times it's not even funny. That's how much I love it, and for all those years of me watching it, I didn't even know that it was a book until like last year. Ella Enchanted is a fairy tale retelling of Cinderella, and it's about a girl named Ella. When she was a baby, her fairy godmother gave her the gift of obedience, and that gift kind of became a curse when she got older. So I love the movie a lot, and I heard that the book is actually different from the movie, so I really wanted to read the book to find out how different it is from the movie. So that's why I really want to get it and read it. Also, I actually am a big fan of Anne Hathaway, so that's another reason why I love the movie so much. The second book I have on my list is Inklings by Melanie M. Jesh. So Inklings is pretty much about a young American named Kate Hughes who goes to Oxford University, who anticipates finding knowledge, but instead she kind of falls for two guys, and she's kind of torn between the two, and one of the guys' friend and mentor is actually C.S. Lewis, and somewhere in the book J.R.R. Tolkien himself actually appears. So during Kate's time at Oxford University, with her kind of torn between two men, challenges just appear for her, so I guess she has to figure out what she's gonna do. I really wanted to get this book and read it because Inklings is actually a writing group that C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien were a part of, and I'm a huge fan of C.S. Lewis, as you can probably tell from my Narnia books and all my Narnia stuff, and I really want to read more of C.S. Lewis's books too, and a huge fan of J.R.R. Tolkien because I love Lord of the Rings as well, even though I haven't read The Lord of the Rings yet. I mean, I will eventually. I will. I have actually read The Hobbit, and I saw the Lord of the Rings movies. I'm a terrible J.R.R. Tolkien fan. I'm gonna get there eventually to becoming a better fan of him. I really want to get this book and read it. The next book I have on my list is The Bridge by Karen Kingsbury. The Bridge is pretty much about a bookstore that has been owned for 30 years by a married couple, Charlie and Donna Barton. The Bridge is actually the name of the bookstore, and Charlie and Donna kind of made the bookstore a place where you can go where it feels like family. Like, it really feels like family. Whatever situation you're going through in your life, you could always go over to the Bridge and pick up a book, just sit there on the couch, and there's even like beverages and baked goods that you can get, and just be in that family environment, which sounds pretty awesome to me. There's also more to the story, and the story involves two main characters named Molly Allen and Ryan Kelly, and their story kind of begins in The Bridge. This book actually has already been turned into two movies, a part 1 and a part 2, and they're both Hallmark movies, and I actually really love the Hallmark movies, especially the Christmas ones. I love those so much. Bridge Part 1 and Part 2 are actually Christmas movies, just like in the book. All of that kind of happens around Christmas time, and of course I saw both of them when they premiered, because they premiered at different times. I first got introduced to The Bridge by watching those movies, and I absolutely fell in love with those movies. Like, I saw part 1 and I'm like, I need part 2 right now. For these movies, I feel like you really have to watch them back to back, because at the end of part 1, you're gonna really want part 2, like right now. So since I loved those movies so much, I really wanted to read the book. And I still do, and I really want to get it. The next book I have on my list is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Now, if you have not heard of this book, where have you been? Because it is really popular. So Cinder is a part of a series that's called The Lunar Chronicles. And pretty much the series is about fairy tale retellings but in a sci-fi setting. Cinder is a fairy tale retelling of Cinderella, and Cinder is pretty much a android in the story. I've been really wanting to read this so badly ever since it came out, because I love fairy tale retellings, and I know that I'm gonna love this series, and I'm probably gonna be reading it with one of my sisters. I have actually tried reading this book before, and that didn't really turn out well. I kind of fell into a reading slump, and I still really want to get it and read it. And the last book I have on my list is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. If you also don't know what this book is, it's a time travel historical fiction kind of novel. It's about this girl who's a violinist, and one day when she was just playing her violin, something happened and she's transported back in time. And she goes on this adventure along the way. I've been wanting to read this book since the day it came out, and this story actually sounds really interesting, and I love anything to do with time travel and historical fiction kind of novels, or just like going back from 1900s and earlier times. So this book kind of just sounds perfect for me. That's why I really want to get and read this book. So those were my top 5 books that I really want to get and read. If you want to know more about any of these books, I will leave the links to them in the description down below, like I always do. Let me know in the comments down below if you have read any of these books and what you thought of them, or if you actually really want to read any of these books. Out of all of them that I mentioned, which one sounds more interesting to you? And I'm sorry if I didn't really describe the book that well. I'm not really that great at describing things, especially books. I hope I did a well enough job describing it for you. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you have an amazing day. I love you all so much. I make videos every Tuesday and or Friday. So look out for my next video, which will be coming out sometime soon. Bye, fellow book lovers!